Hey Aries, welcome to July 2018. Hope you guys are doing well. So right off the bat, first card that pops out is this young water sign. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio energy. So may not be that sun sign, but definitely has that energy. So Pisces energy is very intuitive, very sensitive, but also very compassionate as well, like really picks up on other people's feelings. Cancer energy is very home and family, very focused on other people, but also still very reserved and shy and quiet and kind of inward. And then we have Scorpio energy, which is very intense, very deep, like a and very deep level of intensity as well. So Page of Cups pops up, person who embodies that energy, and then two more cards popped up, which is the King of Wands. So somebody who's older than you in some way, so maybe just acts older, or maybe they're an old soul, something like that. The King of Wands energy is all about being first, being fierce, being ferocious, very clean cut, and also driven, like very ambitious as well. I'm seeing big feet, so either very big feet, nice shoes, something involving the feet. That King of Wands energy is also here, and then we have the Temperance card, which is all about balance and kind of not really moving forward, just sort of staying where you are, like not putting the initiative out there, not acting like the King of Wands, who is very pioneering, which is funny because you're also that fire energy. What the King of Wands could also symbolize, like it did with the Sagittarius, is embodying your fiery masculine energy, like really owning that fire masculinity, even if you are female, or more female driven. So that King of Wands could absolutely be the person that you're trying to embody, especially when it comes to the Page of Cups. But right now, as it stands, you're kind of really at a balance where you're just more focused on staying where you're at and not really moving forward. I'm also seeing a potato. So when I think of a potato, I think about this picture I saw on Facebook where it was a potato literally is every aspect. You have hash browns for breakfast, you have French fries for lunch, you have baked potato for dinner, you have potato chips for snack. Like a potato is so versatile. It really embodies every aspect of a meal, right? And it's always that carb that you want to have. So although you're not moving forward when it comes to the Page of Cups and the King of Wands energy, you're still being who they need you to be in every circumstance, in every area of your life, in every meal. You're nourishing them. So yeah, that's good. But it is possibly time to move forward, because this stagnation, this staying still, goes against your fiery energy. It goes against your Aries energy, which is all about number one, which is all about pioneering ideas, moving forward. The card that just popped out face down, so something you haven't acknowledged, Aries, is change. Although you've wanted to just kind of remain stagnant and still and just kind of be where the water's fine, there is a sudden change that's coming in that will absolutely affect you. And I just saw the Devil card, so you want to make sure that it's positive. Make sure that you're not focused on the negative aspect of this change. Yeah, you're going to feel really powerless when it comes to this change, but you can choose to be positive about it and optimistic and say this is going to be an excellent change, especially when it comes to my relationship with the Page of Cups and the King of Wands, aka with my masculine self, with my masculine side, and my authority and my empowerment. Because for a long time you weren't really making any movements. You were kind of just, you did so many changes and so many new beginnings within the beginning of the year, and now in the middle of the year you're like, I just want to chill, I don't want to make any movements. And that's when the change comes in and you feel powerless toward it, because you didn't initiate it, which completely goes against your fire energy. And then we have the Queen of Wands, so that is the counterpoint to your King of Wands energy, and also not knowing where a relationship is heading, okay? Not knowing where it's going. So what your subconscious wants you to know is the Page of Cups, this young water sign, and the King of Wands, your masculine energy. There's been no changes there. You've been just sort of waiting. Is the word waiting when you, yeah, you've been kind of just floating along and waiting in this energy, but a change has come which is making you feel incredibly powerless and like you have to revert back to your more feminine fire energy, which is a little bit more passive. And that is creating a lot of uncertainty when it comes to a partnership or relationship, not knowing where it's going, okay? And a lot of conflict, a lot of fighting for change, a lot of fighting for freedom as well. A lot of conflict is now the outcome of this change and you feeling powerless, okay? So it is time to just flow with it and say, hey, this change actually is really positive, just being optimistic about it. So that's what your subconscious wants you to know off the bat, Aries, and unfortunately, here's the Devil card again. So we couldn't escape it, even though it was trying to hide in the cards, we couldn't escape it. The theme of this reading is a lot of negativity going on, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of worry, a lot of uncomfortability. There was an ending. This change created some sort of end, and you feel very bound to your situation right now. We have an older air-type sign, masculine energy, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or somebody who embodies that sign, but there is a lot of fire underneath the surface. So maybe they have their moon in a fire sign, or their Venus in a fire sign, but there is a lot of fiery energy underneath the surface. There is a partnership when it comes to this person, and they've been taking up a lot of your thoughts, but that unfortunately is not positive. Like, they really have you pinned down. Young fire sign as well here, and what you're manifesting when it comes to moving on from that person. You have a lot of support and a lot of opportunities for more power and to have more fun, but your responsibilities right now, especially when it comes to this young water sign, is really making it hard to focus on the fun that you want to have, because they're creating a lot of judgment. They're really putting a lot of judgment on what you consider fun and what you want to do. But staying positive and focusing on your work will create that shift of fairness that you need, okay? And will allow you to move on with your power. So that's the theme of the reading. Let's get started. Aries, July 2018. So just like the Pisces, the theme of the situation at hand for July 2018 for Aries is uncovering some sort of information or aspect when it comes to relationship. Your intuition is on high alert. Your intuition is beautiful right now. Like, you really, it's an awkward energy because you are more of that fiery type where you don't really go based on your intuition. You don't think about your intuition. Your intuition speaks through your gut and through your energy and through just going forward. So this energy coming into your life right now, Aries, July 2018, is going to take a little bit to get kind of used to and to get balanced with and get calibrated with, but just taking your time and creating compartments in your life and where you can really analyze and input your intuition is going to be your greatest ally. So really separating, work from family, from relationship, from fun, really separating those four things and infusing your intuition and your creativity and your abundance into those areas separately instead of trying to merge them all together. The obstacle and the aid to that, Aries, is going to be your strength and your personal power. So it's not going to be easy in order to separate those four aspects, but it's going to be really important. You want to put thick borders up, thick lines that you're not allowing these things to intercross. So this month especially, don't go out for drinks with your work buddies. This month especially, don't merge your friends with your family. Really start to separate them and put the time and the effort and the intuition and the love into these four separate areas. And also, when you're in one area, you're not talking about the other area. So when you're at work, you're not talking about your friends. Or when you're with your family, you're not talking about work. Really separating those. It's going to take some strength. It's going to be an obstacle and an aid. So the strength is going to allow you to do this, but it's also going to hinder your ability to do this. Subconsciously, new feelings have been formed, which are affecting your strength and what you've uncovered within a relationship. And you're thinking and worrying about finances, as everybody always does, really worrying about this change that came in and how it affected your power and how that power is making you feel now. You're feeling very uncertain about life, really uncertain about the future, and something is out of place, and it's creating an imbalance when it comes to the peace and the stability that you have within. Something is definitely out of place that is leaving a serious mark in your life, and also a coldness. So you want to acknowledge that. I know you're thinking it, but it is based on this relationship that you've relationship dynamic that you've uncovered, especially when it comes to this alone time you've been doing. Okay? You right now, Aries, are creating some huge shifts. Your foundation is shifting. Like I said, although when it comes to the Page of Cups and the King of Wands, you just wanted to sit back and relax and just let life happen to you. And then because you didn't do your pioneering, forward, fast thinking self that the fire sign in you wants to do, because you just said, maybe this time I'll just chill and let life happen to me, that created a huge change, which made you feel incredibly powerless. And now you're fighting to figure out what's going on, and to gain back that power. So you right now are creating a lot of internal shifts that are really messing with your foundation, but it's all positive. It's going to feel like you're upside down for a little bit, but once that energy settles and once the dust settles, you're going to feel a lot more empowered. Family and friends, just like the Pisces energy, are seeing the power that you've gained, seeing the money that you've gained, seeing what you've been working toward, and now they're here to kind of cash in a way. They're like, Aries, you've been working so hard. We don't see you. When you're here with family, you're talking about work. When you're here with friends, you're talking about your power, and vice versa in every way. So they're now kind of saying, well, when can we cash in, essentially? Hope and fear, Aries, is confusion. So you hope to be a little bit, doing some inner work and have that confusion, but you fear it as well. And I think the reason why you hope and fear it is because for so long you've been taking the initiative. You've been saying, this is what I want. You've been going out and getting it. So now that this change has been imposed on you, you're like, what is happening? But you kind of like it a little bit. You kind of like that uncertainty because it's not on you anymore. You didn't start this. You didn't create this like you're so used to. But because you're not used to this energy and this change coming in, it's very fearful for you because usually you're in control of the changes and the initiatives that are happening in your life. So you hope and fear this confusion, okay, Aries? Last card. So when you have a lot of really powerful cards on the board, first step is recognizing that there's some worry when it comes to your finances, your power, especially because family and friends are like, pay up and pay out. They've been waiting for you to get settled. So this is the first step, is that you've been really thinking like this, really thinking in terms of lack and uncertainty when it comes to your strength and power and your finances. That's the first step. That will lead to some sort of spiritual catalyst, some sort of spiritual change within your psyche, within your spirit, within your aura. That will reveal information to you in order to empower yourself within the home and family. So first step is recognizing that this change has created a lot of worry, a lot of instability, a lot of confusion, and that will lead to you really learning something about yourself and revealing something within your psyche that you didn't know before. That relationship where you're also understanding the dynamic and using your strength in order to work with that dynamic and work with that alone time and work with these new feelings that have been forming will be creating some huge shifts within you, as you've already noticed. And it's going to be positive. It's going to really empower you. It's going to really empower your home and family. So enjoy this month, Aries, because this is your last month of allowing life to take control of you. Because after the energy that has been happening with this change and feeling powerless, you're never going to allow this to happen again. It's going to reveal something within you that you're like, I don't like this and I need to be in control of the changes that happen in my life. So enjoy it, flow with it for this month, because after this month, you're never going to allow it to happen again. So love you guys so much. Hope you have an amazing July, an amazing summer, an amazing, life, I guess, an amazing month. As always, if you want a personalized reading, my email address is below, beyondyoursunsign@gmail.com. I include astrology and numerology and tarot in all my readings. And yeah, please comment, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in August. Bye, Aries.